Hello and welcome to another update video about the DXY. The DXY continues to move in its range and it also is locally still pushing higher. We still have no, what I would call, high confidence pattern for a setup to the downside. Okay, the DXY is still moving in this sideways range. I mean, we've been moving in this range now for a long time. Let me take those out. Just trying to keep the chart clean. We've been moving in this sideways range for a long time now, specifically here since this low was struck in January last year. The market has really just been moving sideways. So DXY, the US dollar, just sideways, up and down in corrective structures. Yes, this move down here from this B wave top might be a 5-wave move, but it looks more like a leading diagonal, yeah, which it's not impulsive, not clearly, especially the wave 5 looks like a 3-wave move. You can count the 3rd wave like that as well. So it's more like not really any high confidence pattern. The problem that we have as well, and I mentioned that before, is this wave 2, circle 2, did actually move a little bit too high. So it moved above the 78.6 retrace. I think we can just double check that. I might be wrong. Yeah, it did move above the 78.6 retrace. That was at $105.84. Normally, as you know, if you follow my channel, whenever a wave 2 moves beyond the 78.6 retracement, it definitely is then indicating that something different could be playing out. At least it's an indication. I mean, this 1-2 setup to the downside, it's not invalidated, but the wave 2 was too aggressive to be, let's say, clearly bearish. I'm still looking for further downside, but I haven't got that high confidence pattern to the downside. Well, there was a chance again here, another 1-2 setup, but again, that wave 1 also questionable 5-wave decline, yeah, especially because if I go to the 4-hour chart, the subwaves are 3-wave structures. You see it very clearly in the 3rd wave. So again, only a possible diagonal pattern. Not feeling very confident about this downside setup. So it's still pushing higher. It's black and white. So above the invalidation point at $106.51. This next 1-2 setup to the downside will be invalidated. It wouldn't be a surprise given that it's constantly been pushing above resistance. Then, okay, we could fall back on this wave 2, but this doesn't really have a wave 2 look then anymore, and it would even move higher than what it should do. But that invalidation point is $107.30. So where already I'm starting to tell you, and I have been telling you, that these wave 2s are a little bit too aggressive to be reliable, above invalidation, there is no wiggle room. Okay, now we have a little bit of wiggle room. We can still focus on the downside, but I want to see confirmation to be more confident about that. What would confirmation be? Well, at least I'd like to see next a break below the wave 1 low, $103.97. That needs to be taken out by this 3rd wave. And okay, what happens if we break above all these invalidation points? Well, then the B wave is still unfolding. That B wave that presumably topped in September 2023, October 2023, it would still be unfolding, and we'd be dealing with a much wider flat correction. It wouldn't change the overall expectation. It would just mean that this correction stretches a little bit higher than initially expected. Well, not initially expected. I mean, this B wave can easily, we know that B waves can easily go higher than what it did in October, but the first 5-wave decline indicated we might already be on the move to the downside. Just that this is a completed ABC structure, the one that topped in October, but these can always morph into larger corrective structures. I mean, we'll see. It might even turn into a triangle or something. But yeah, all I can share with you, we're still below the invalidation points for the directly bearish setup, but the direct bearish setup is not high confidence due to the constant push above resistances and the lack in clear impulsive downside structures. Hope that helps. That's my update about the DXY. If you like the update, then yeah, please leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500 as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.